right, Miss Lane?
What's the S for? Superman.
All right, so I just saw Superman, Man of Tomorrow, DC animated film, and here are my thoughts on it. I think it's pretty good. I think it was a pretty solid Superman film. I've never really been a huge fan of the book, so this is one of those stories I was never really close to, so I didn't really mind if they changed anything or kept things the same. I really don't mind with this one. So I was going into it with a really open mind and everything, and I liked the first half of it for the most part. Seeing Superman as a kid, watching the Alien film, and he starts to cry because his friend's like, wow, aliens are gross, aren't they? And then Superman starts to cry. So I like the angle this movie takes on Superman's origin. It's essentially a retelling of his first days on the job. And it's one of those perspectives that the Man of Steel movie Zack Snyder made takes advantage of. And that's Superman is an alien. And how does Superman feel knowing he is an alien? Are people going to see him as a monster? Are they going to accept him? There's those ideas that are thrown around the movie. And I like the animation style for the most part, except for the hard black lines on the characters. You'll see when they're drawn around the characters, there's these really hard black lines that pop out, and it makes it look more comic booky for sure, but I felt it was a little distracting, honestly, but that's not a big deal. The movie is pretty solid, in my opinion. It is a Parasite story at the end of the day. That's what the second half of the movie, and that's how it ends, is with Parasite. So by that perspective, it is a pretty by-the-numbers Superman story. Because I've seen, Parasite in the animated series and other Superman movies like All-Star Superman. Parasite's in that story for a short while. And I never really saw Parasite as the final boss, the final villain Superman has to face. Parasite always came off as a villain that starts the story, right? That's the first guy Superman faces to establish what Superman can do. And then you get the rest of the story. But this story, the central point is Parasite. And Lobo is also in the movie, which is all right. I'm not a big fan of Lobo. I don't understand people that are. He's just a very generic character, a very 80s action movie character that's not very intelligent. He's not very funny either. He's pretty annoying. And the way he's overpowered is also super annoying. And he's really just DC's attempt at Deadpool. He's just another attempt at that character. And he really doesn't add much to the stories at all. He's just a bounty hunter that comes in and he tries to take down Superman, and Superman beats him up. So when he pops up in the movie, I was kind of tuning out a little bit. But then he leaves rather quickly. And then we get into Parasite's story. And, I liked it. I like how Superman couldn't face Parasite. He couldn't fight him because every time he hits him, Parasite gets stronger. And the way Superman takes him down in the movie is just appealing to the person that's inside Parasite, right? Appealing to Parasite's humanity, right? Which is another, theme of the movie. What makes somebody human, right? That's what Superman's trying to figure out. He's trying to figure out his place in humanity. And he's trying to find the humanity in this giant parasite creature that's about to destroy all the city and whatever. And it looks like a giant Godzilla monster from the 1998 Matthew Broderick Godzilla film. And instead of Superman trying to kill the thing, he's trying to appeal to it, trying to reach the human that's inside Parasite, which I thought was a great touch on the film. But once again, it is just a standard superhero adventure. This is a solid superhero film, a solid Superman film. It's not earth-shattering if you don't watch it. It's not required reading, I would say, right? It's just another story. If you like Superman, here's a cool little story, but it's not, required to understand anything, which I like. I like that we have this little offshoot story with Superman, adds to the catalog and whatever of DC animated films. But that's my thoughts on it. I think it's a solid movie, a solid 7 out of 10. Doesn't waste your time, gets to the point. There's solid voice acting, except for Lex Luthor. I don't know what it is with Lex Luthor lately in the last few years of DC animated films, but they cannot nail his voice. It used to be Lex Luthor had the best voice in the animated series, and now it's just kind of average. Nothing stands out about Lex Luthor now, which is kind of annoying. And yes, Lex Luthor is also in this movie, and he's not a villain, pretty much. He's kind of helping Superman. I'm kind of not hungry for another Parasite story now. I already wasn't very interested in Parasite going into the movie, but after this movie, I kind of don't need another Parasite story, and I hope they never really make Parasite a central villain. again. I really hope they just make him like one of those side villains that Superman faces before the rest of the story continues, right? So, yeah, solid movie. Watch it if you haven't. It's not required. You could totally skip on it and not miss anything. The film didn't like move me in any way. I thought it was a little touching how Superman defeats Parasite at the end. I thought that was touching, but there's nothing really in the movie that moved me that much. I remember watching All-Star Superman, and that scene where Lex Luthor figures out like the answers to life and stuff, and he sees all like the math equations. He sees everything that Superman sees every day. And then he loses his powers, and he's like, if I had more time, I could have saved the world. Like, that stuff really hit me hard when I read it, and then doubly when I watched it. Superman Red Sun with the Lex Luthor letter at the end where he says, why don't you put the whole world in a bottle, Superman? That stuff really hit hard when you read the book, and it was totally missing from the animated film, so that's why that animated film really disappointed me a lot. And, Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, the scene where Bruce Wayne gets the letter from his father from the other timeline and he starts crying. You see Batman cry. That stuff really gets to you, especially when you read the book. I was sobbing when I read the book, right? So, when a story can make you do that, that's like a 10 out of 10. And for this Superman Man Tomorrow movie, I never really felt that emotionally engaged with it until like the very end. But even then, I don't think it was enough to really like make me want to watch the movie again. But anyway, that's it for now. What do y'all think? What did y'all feel while watching this movie? Do you think it's worth rewatching again? How much did you like it? Whatever, Let us know down below. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Those people are in grave danger.
Let them go! My name is Kal-El of Krypton, and I come in peace.